I was manipulated into having an affair with my sister's boyfriend. Ooh. How much space should I give my sister? Ooh. Hey guys, it's me again, your beautiful, cute. I'm Rosie, and I tell interesting stories. If you like interesting stories, let's be friends. Without wasting much of your time, let's dive into it. Trust me, you're gonna love it. OP is 26, her sister is 24. Let's get into it. 4 years ago, my sister started dating this guy who called Rob. When I met Rob, we hit it off immediately and became friends. About 9 months into their relationship, we realized we had mutual feelings, and Rob manipulated me into thinking we were soulmates. I didn't want to hurt my sister, but Rob said we would do this in a way that hurts my sister the least. Hmm, I'm cringing already. We are going to have to tell her, but be very delicate about the situation. Throughout the course of our relationship, he made every excuse possible not to tell her. Delicate way possible. We're not gonna tell anybody. We're gonna just pretend living our life normally. This goes by for the next 3 years, and then I found out they plan on moving in together. At that point, I realized he was a liar and a manipulator. I broke things off with him, and I didn't want my sister to be with someone like that. Like now, only when he doesn't want to be with you, now suddenly you don't want your sister to be with someone like that. Oh, make it make sense. Make it make sense. He manipulated me. I told her everything and texted her all the proof. I texted her everything that happened. Interesting that now that you are a woman scorned, now suddenly this is like great. She didn't reply and I was blocked on everything. And apparently she broke up with Rob and blocked him on everything. I want my sister to understand that we are both victims. Oh, goodness. Goodness, like what? He manipulated. Not sure how much time to give her before I try reaching out again. Okay, let's get one thing straight here. You are not a victim. Not in this case, okay? You are not a victim. You knowingly engaged in an affair with your sister's boyfriend. It was like several year long affair. This is not like a situation where you didn't have a choice in the matter. You fully had a choice and you chose to have an affair and you chose not to tell her. What would have made sense and would have made you less of an oh is if he ever, hit on you and you immediately went to tell your sister, that's a different story. But you wanted your sister's boyfriend so bad and kept the affair going for years. And only when he decided he didn't want you were you upset and decided to tell your sister. So no, you are not a victim here. You participated in this affair. You could try reaching back out, but it really doesn't really sound like you are taking very much accountability. Like multiple years. You said it's 3 years that you were seeing this guy 9 months into the relationship. I'm such a victim. I'm such a for 3 years. Oh, so you're not a victim, and I wouldn't be surprised if she never wants to talk to you again. Quite frankly, and she has the right to never forgive you again. Mm-hmm. Because I think that if you like hook up once and you're not like, oh my God, what did I do? This is bad. I gotta tell her, I gotta end it. It's bad, but that's even more excusable than this. You kept it long for 3 whole years. This is bad. But let's know what Reddit has to say. Let's check the top slash relevant comments because Reddit always has something to say. So let's know what Reddit has to say. So the first commenter, you are not a victim in the slightest. You chose to run around with a taken man. What worse is you hurt your sister. If he was willing to lay down with you while dating your sister, you can't sit there and say you are the victim. Your sister is the hot party here. And I wouldn't blame her if she never spoke to you again. Because if you were my sister, you'd never see me or any man I date again. How could she trust you around any of her boyfriends? Another person say, I'm not sure I would call you a victim. It sounds like you are perfectly aware that you were doing something wrong because her feelings were a topic of discussion between you two. I would say if you ever have any hope of like having a relationship with your sister again, you need to fully take accountability. Listen, the guy is also here to blame, but you are more to blame because this is your sister and you went behind her back and like robbed her of a relationship that might have turned into marriage. So I feel like I feel like you're just like a deep, deep, big, huge air hole. Oh yes. So what do you guys think? But don't go anywhere. We still have more interesting, juicy stories that you are gonna enjoy. So let's get into it. Am I the a-hole for not helping my cheating pregnant ex-wife when she fell in front of our daughter? Ooh, this is gonna be complicated. I, 38 male, have a daughter who is 15. Her mom and I divorced 3 years ago. I really loved her, but she initiated the divorce because she said she'd fallen out of love with me and she admitted to having feelings for one of her close friends. It mentally traumatized me for a while, but therapy helped me move on. She was very apologetic about everything, but I was done with her after the divorce. We've since maintained a stable co parenting relationship for our daughter's sake. She is now remarried to her affair partner and currently pregnant. Last week, I was dropping off my daughter at her scheduled time at her mom's place. As my ex was coming out of the house, she tripped on something and fell pretty badly. It was really scary considering she's a few months pregnant and my daughter was immediately panicked and rushed to her. She asked me to come out and help, but honestly, I didn't really care. I just told her to call her stepdad and then I left. Okay, so I'm sorry. What if she felt so badly that she hurt like an innocent child in all of this? Like it's one thing for you to have very valid feelings towards your ex-wife. It's an entirely different thing to like not care about the innocent child that she's carrying. And also not caring if she's hurt badly enough to like go to the hospital. Like that's still the mother of your child. She's an a-hole, don't get me wrong, but like she hurt herself, potentially really hurt her baby. So I think there is a line where we are be the bigger person here, especially when there is an innocent soul involved that hasn't done anything to you. Gotta be a little more holy. It might sound harsh, but in my mind, it wasn't my responsibility anymore. Anyway, when my daughter came home last night, she seemed really sad, and I asked her if the baby was going to be okay, and she said yes. But then she told me what I did last week was the cruelest thing she's ever seen anyone do. She cried again and went up to her room. I do feel guilty about my daughter crying, but I do not feel guilty about what I did. Am I the a-hole? I mean, there are other ways to take revenge on an ex-wife. That's not the best way to do it. I mean, you can be petty in this instance, but I think like not caring if someone dies like is a little far. Falling and potentially hurting her child when she's pregnant, upsetting your daughter. It's kind of like setting a bad example to your daughter. You're allowed to feel the way you feel about your ex-wife. I just don't think that not caring if she's hurt is redeeming quality that you want to show your daughter. Let's check the comments. Let's know what Reddit has to say. Am I missing something, or did she never even cheat on him? He calls her a cheater, but says she broke up with him because she fell out of love and admitted to having feelings for someone else. I feel like if she had actually cheated, he would have mentioned that. Emotionally cheating is still cheating. Yeah. She probably said, I'm breaking up with you because I have feelings for somebody. Yeah. I think that he's valid in being angry about that. Physically cheating, I mean, It's both. It's both. It's definitely physical cheating is like worse. Both of them are is still cheating. I mean, action of it is what makes it worse. Another person say a pregnant woman fell and he didn't help her. That's kind of the whole story. Your relationship is irrelevant to the condition of why his actions are dog. I think that's really relevant. I think yeah, it was quite cruel of you. Honestly, I wouldn't do that by myself. Well, that's quite cruel. Yeah. Another person said, cheating. Didn't the wife do the right thing and break it up when she gained feelings for someone else? Hmm. I've never dated, so I don't know the rules. But what? I mean, you could see it like that. She did fall out of love, gain feelings for someone else before she acted on it. She broke up with him. I mean, it's still it is, right? Yeah. But in another way, it depends on who's telling the story also. I mean, I've always been on the opinion of like, if you fall out of love with someone that you want to act on those feelings, you should break up with that person before you do it. I mean, it's still like you can't help the way you feel, I guess. I mean, it still sucks that the marriage ended, and OP has a right to be upset, but I don't think he has a right to like not care about a pregnant woman when she fails, regardless of her ending the marriage. Yeah. You're being mean, OB. Another person said, was hurting your daughter worth it? Because I guarantee you've changed her view towards you for the foreseeable future. And therapy didn't really seem to help you much, honestly, because it's clear you are still angry and spiteful towards your ex-wife. That's a very good point. You said that you've been to therapy, but you are still harboring a lot of resentment. Yeah. I mean, it's tough to get over those feelings. I get it. I mean, it's easier to say that she cheated on you, get over it. But you are hurt, doesn't it? But it doesn't excuse this behavior. You are allowed to be hurt. You are allowed to be angry. But as I always say, your feelings are valid. Your trauma is valid. It's what you do with those feelings that may or may not make you an adult. Like I feel like yeah. Well, let's keep going. How do I get my wife to trust me? Oh, interesting. Like, what did you do to break the trust in the first place? Are you a cheater? Did you cheat on her? Wait, what did you do? Like, this is gonna be interesting. So, let's get into it. How do I, 37 male, get my wife, 35 female, to trust me? Hey everyone, I'm currently with my wife's lack of trust, and I don't know what you're saying, but I'm just gonna assume that you're upset about it. Yeah, like we've been together for a total of 12 years, 7 of those years married. In the course of our 12-year-old relationship, I cheated twice. I think I found the root of the issue. The root of the problema. That is 2 times too many, but not to the point where you would consider me a serial cheater. It wasn't just once, like as in you eat different cereals. I mean, you could be a serial cereal. So you're saying that cheating twice is not a serial cheater? It's like the minimizing on these things is like crazy. I mean, like it's not that bad. I only cheated on her like 1.5 times, right? Let's keep going. One thing about me, unfortunately, I don't have the greatest resistance skill. What I mean by that, I mean, neither do I with milk. I mean, well, one thing about me, unfortunately, I don't have the greatest resistance skills. What I mean by that is I never initiate things, but if an attractive girl comes on to me, then it's over. You know what I mean? Like one of my coworkers, I don't know how he does it, but there is this one girl who's the hottest person I've ever seen, and she wants him bad, but he's loyal to his girlfriend. Yeah, because it's in a relationship. and they are long distance. I told him, bro, we would all understand if you tap that crying, laughing emoji, but he's just like, nah. It kind of sounds like he has morals and he loves his girlfriend. Yeah, like, but I don't have that level of self control, unfortunately. That's why I have to set boundaries with myself. Okay, okay, like, miss, you can walk in this room because if you do and you're attractive, I might be tempted and, things might go down. You're not making a good case for yourself, buddy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you're not making a good case for yourself. My first time cheating was 10 years ago. Now again, I've never initiated force while in a relationship, but this girl at the gym I used to run with started hitting on me and it was over. It was over. My clothes practically fell off with her superpowers. She did some abracadabra. My wife, girlfriend at the time, found that and I had to fight like hell to save our relationship. I set boundaries and wouldn't hang out with girls alone that I could see myself sleeping with if the opportunity presents itself. I also assured her if I ever cheat or cross her boundaries, I'll tell her, and she would never have to find out from a third party again. Now, last month, I messed up and ended up cheating. I immediately told my wife, and she's now acting as if I'm a serial cheater. She's trying to adopt some very harsh measures. She says she doesn't want me hanging out with women one on one outside of work. This has some complications because I have women friends where it's purely platonic. Are you sure about that? I mean, but not if they were really attractive. Attractive. I mean, like if they were really attractive, you would like them. I just saying that you are really platonic with women that you would not like sleep with them. From my wife's perspective, she feels she doesn't trust when I say this relationship is purely platonic because she thought the person I cheated with was platonic and then I slept with her. Now, I'm going to explain why this is a bad example. You just keep digging yourself. So, in case I did tell my wife this was a platonic thing and I'm not attracted to her, but this is a unusual instance, the girl I cheated with, she's one of the military liaisons at work. To be honest, she has a below average face, and in uniform, I couldn't tell what kind of body she had. We hung out, and then I saw her outside of her military uniform, and she had a body out of this world. Oh, this is really ridiculous. Like, I should have considered the fact that seeing her in regular clothes it might make me see her differently. Still, now my wife is trying to set these terrible restrictive rules that impact my other relationships. Kind of sounds like you caused that to happen. No sleeping with women. Like it just sounds like now you now have like consequences for your actions, and you don't like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, the thing is, I have had other opportunities to cheat. I reject them, I cut them off, and then tell my wife, wow, that's literally like the bare minimum. Literally, you're doing the bare minimum. You don't get a pat on the back or a trophy for that. Normally, like I said, I'm very good at making sure the women I hang around don't find attractive. This was just a weird case, and I need help explaining this to her. There are so many attractive people out there. If you can't have any willpower, like there will always be attractive people out there. It just kind of sounds like your wife can't trust you. And for good reason. You literally cannot stop yourself from cheating if the person hitting on you is attractive. Like, I think she needs to read this post. This is cray cray. Maybe you're just not meant to be in a relationship. Because I honestly think that you're not that kind of person to be in a relationship. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. Like, you need to just like let the woman go. Because it sounds like you are the type of person that cannot be monogamous. Yeah, just be single. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can have, like, just be single. Let's check the top slash relevant comments and know what Reddit has to say. So the first commenter said, mate, you cheated twice and expect your wife to accept it. OP response, not accept, but I've been really good at avoiding these situations. And this was just an unusual case, I'm assuming you meant. But the rules we had in place are working. There is no reason to make it more strict. Clearly, they are not working because he cheated again. You don't sound very smart. Like, I'm sorry, boy. You're so kind of dumb. Oh, the Lulu. Like, you sound like you suck. Yeah. So how do I, 37 male, get my wife, 35 female to trust me? Honestly, at this point, I would not trust you as far as I know. Just sounds like you're not meant to be in a relationship and you need to divorce your wife. And maybe go to therapy. Yeah, maybe find out why is it that you cannot be loyal. And if you really decide that you cannot be loyal to one person, then don't make your wife be in a marriage where she's forced to be with someone like that. I mean, how you talks about women is very telling. The fact that you say that she's got an ugly face, and then the minute that she was in a normal clothes, all of a sudden you are interested in her. I just feel like your wife is a little too good for you, and you need to work on yourself. Yeah, you need to work on yourself, Obi. That's just it. But again, what do you guys think?